Welcome back, LTS. Let's talk sports. And of course, with me is the coach of the National Junior Squash team, which is David Scott, and Beverly Wilson, who is the manager of the Junior Squash team. And guys, I know we were talking earlier on in terms of the competitions and all of that, but I want to get into the sport itself. How does the scoring system run?
It's a point per rally system.
Yeah.
So whoever serves, whether they win the serve or your opponent wins this, if they win the rally, not the serve. Once they serve, whoever wins the rally gets the point. About 5 years ago, it used to be you had to serve to win the point.
So that has changed.
And that has changed because games were taking too long. They only used to play up to 9 points. Now we play up to 11. But it doesn't matter who serves, somebody's going to get a point. So the games finish a lot faster.
Faster because I serve and based on that point and then I score.
That's right.
So it can back out.
That's right.
And in terms of facility, where do you practice?
Unfortunately, in Trinidad at this point, we don't have any public courts.
Right.
Pointe-a-Pierre has 2 courts, Queen's Park Oval has 2 courts, Cascadia Hotel has 2 courts, which is managed and run by the Trinidad and Tobago Squash Association. And the best avenue, if you want to play the sport, is to contact the association, become a member, and start playing at Cascadia. Unless you're a member of Queen's Park Oval or affiliated with Pointe-a-Pierre,
right.
So then you have access to the courts. But there are no public courts. And we are trying, and I think Beverly will inject more than me on this, about getting public courts.
Well, what we're really trying to do is to convince the ministry and the powers that be who are building tennis courts. There's talk about the National Tennis Center.
Right.
A lot of talk about it. And we are trying to say, let's not have a national tennis center. Let's have a national racket center so we can have tennis as well as squash and badminton.
Right.
Because badminton and squash are indoor games. So for example, when it's raining, the tennis players could come inside and play squash or badminton, and there's a lot of cross-training between the 3 sports.
That's right.
So we're really trying to push, I think the association is trying to push for a racket center so we can have public squash court facilities at this National Tennis Center, at least for starters.
And of course, I like the way you made sure you injected the fact that squash can go on with or without the rain.
That's right.
Exactly.
I have seen a few squash courts in my life, and there's only one place in the world I've seen squash courts out in the open with no roof, and that's St. Martin. Every other island, every other place I've been, they're all indoor. Whether it's air conditioned or not doesn't really matter. Most of them that, and I'm saying most, that don't have air conditioning have proper ventilation. Right? But you run into the occasional one that has no ventilation. It's really a furnace. But it's same for you and same for me.
Yeah.
So,
And in terms of what age though would you say someone can start off? I know you said you can start all 9, but what do you think is a good age for us to get someone into the sport itself?
You are never too old to play sport. But if you want to get your kids interested, I would say around age 7. Because the focus point is still not very strong, but yet you can interest them in the game. And there are so many little drills we can do to change so they don't get bored.
Right.
You get them hitting the ball and then they get bored, you get them bouncing the ball in racket. Little things, you just keep changing. And age 7 is a very good age to start.
Age 7, and I know you've been involved in terms of the club aspect. If someone is interested in joining and they want to be part of a club, is there a phase where, what is it like? Do they screen them before they join the club? Do they have to be coordinated?
No.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, the only sport that I know that people become a member of a club and take lessons for is golf. They join a football club, they don't take lessons.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
join a swimming club unless you have a very
Yeah.
good coach. You come and take 1 or 2 lessons of squash and you will love the game.
Right.
And as Beverly pointed out earlier, it's indoors.
Right.
So rain, sunshine, day or night, it doesn't matter. You can get a good sweat and leave feeling happy. Just with a couple lessons.
Just a couple of things about the whole club system. As David would have mentioned to you, all the squash courts are owned privately.
Right.
The National Association, which is the Trinidad and Tobago Squash Association, they rent and manage the courts at Cascadia Hotel in St. Anne's. Now, there are a couple coaches who actually work out of that facility, and so if someone wanted to start squash, they would simply contact one of the coaches.
Right.
They don't even necessarily have to become a member. Not certainly as a junior.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to become a member of the facility. You're there. Yeah. You just contact a coach and you start with some lessons. At the Oval, David and another coach, Brian Jackson, as well as another coach, Mr. Ryan Jagasa, they give squash lessons to juniors out of the Oval. So again, normally speaking, you would have to be a member of the Oval in order to play. But if you actually want to take lessons, these coaches have have made certain arrangements with the club.
Right.
And they're allowed to coach juniors between specific times on specific days. So if you simply just want to learn to play, you can contact David or Brian Jackson or Ryan Jagasa and you can start coaching.
Well, David, you can, I think this is a great time. She gave you the introduction. You can leave your number.
Sure.
give your number.
620-6930.
620-6930. And
thank you.
So you do the whole coaching privately,
the whole coaching, And we talk from safety all the way up.
All the way up. And I know we're running down with time, so we're going to close. But before we close, I just want to say, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I'm really happy that you have the support and the back-end for the actual sport itself. But I would like you to come back and probably with one of the athletes, maybe Snags herself. I know they're not here right now, and bring some videos. Let's see the action itself. Yes.
Well, it will have to be pretty quickly because she's off to university in mid-August.
Oh, right. So it's at that back.
She's starting at Cornell University. She is a member of the squash team there, the ladies squash team, and she'll be leaving around mid-August.
All right. And do you have a web page that we can check out squash action?
We do. Squash, or I think it's www.squashorg.tt or something, or squashtt.org.
Right. Yeah. www.squashtt.org.
Yes.
Right. So they can check the page and find out everything that's happening.
Well, I am not in charge of the website, so I only hope it's updated. You could talk to Lisa Yearwood, our public relations officer, about that. But if they update the site, yes, you should be able to find out everything that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago squash on our webpage.
All right,
yes.
Great. So Beverly, David, thank you for taking the time to come out and inform us, the public, what's happening in the world of squash. Thank you guys for being a part of the program.
Thank you very much, Melissa.
No problem. So guys, that's a wrap for the show today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our Facebook page rather. Let's Talk Sports space LTS, and you can check our YouTube channel, Let's Talk Sports TT space LTS, for previous episodes. That's it for today. I'm Melissa Kudrow. Thanks for watching Let's Talk Sports right here on Wii Sports, your home for local sports. Bye for now.